Smart man.
Well, you can come up with mine.
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay, she's gonna do roll call.
Vice Chair Cheryl Brown,
Present.
Commissioner Jimmy Tabor,
Present.
Commissioner Wilmer Roberts,
Present.
Commissioner Jan Wendy.
Present.
You have a quorum.
Okay, let's move on to item 2. Is there anyone here who speaks for? There is what item we typically do approval of the minutes.
Correct. Those are not ready yet. So we'll have them on the next month's station.
So let's move on to item number 3, action items.
Okay, so action item, this resolution, actually, interestingly enough, you all approved this some time back. However, HUD suggested that they wanted additional language in the resolution. Back in November of 2016, we converted from public and Indian housing to multifamily housing. With PBRA, and essentially there needed to be a resolution in place. Of course, that was over 6 years ago, but they just discovered it, about 6 months ago that it never happened. So obviously they're trying to clean up their books and asked us to put a resolution, get a board resolution, even though again, it's been more than 6 years since we converted. So this is just more routine, which includes the resolution and then a legal opinion.
Motion approved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes. Moving on to item number 4 of the regular agenda. First action item is election of officers. And I guess we will start with the chairman of the
Motion. Ms. Brown, chair, and Mr. Paper become the vice chair.
Sure.
Actually, we need a second. I think you were considering whether they were to.
Yeah.
I'll second. Let's go to the committee assignments. So for the governance, finance, administration, and HR committee, I would like to nominate
Anyone
and also council. Any objections? All in favor?
You need second it?
No, you as the chair, you can make it up on you.
So that would be. For the real estate development committee. Papers. The quality of life committee and the foundation advisory.
So what's the, has been on multiple committees, you have said you want
Okay, you're gonna.
You can get up 2 members on each. committee. Yeah, and we can be on multiple committees.
Well, let me ask this, is there one in particular that you're interested
Yeah, the foundation.
in? And that is. the
So essentially, yes, I'm sorry, if this is for clarification, so the foundation, it'll be a liaison to the foundation. You will elect the chair for or the president for the foundation as well. This person would be serving as a liaison to the foundation advisory committee.
I think it might be a good idea to make her chair.
Well, I don't think you can be the chair. It's an independent. It's a.
You can't be the chair and the liaison.
Well, I mean, ideally, the idea that you had when this surface is that you would have a president that would be presiding over the meetings, and then you'd have someone who's intimately involved in discussions related to the foundation, which is where the work really goes forward, and that's at the advisory committee.
And then you report back and basically get board input as far as funding and et cetera for the foundation.
But quite frankly, the chair and the liaison have been the same person, even, which is absolutely, it was absolutely fine. I mean, it worked either way, but
That was Jimmy.
Yeah.
Correct.
If you want to do that, it's fine.
No, that's fine. She can do it. No. it's fine. I
Well,
mean,
let's talk after this. No, I'm
Sure.
happy to go.
you can table a liaison if you're gonna do elections for the chair. Or you actually can be appointed liaison and then the elections come in the chair.
right? And then, the real estate development committee.
yes, sure.
New members, they come. That way we share the knowledge.
And quality of life,
We don't have any issues. But they.
we want to put you in.
What kind of items have been on the agenda in the past? We haven't really
No,
dealing with people.
quality of life is focused primarily on institutions.
Yeah.
The housing authority has not
Do
had.
you want this to be the not activated?
No, I think we should probably have something in case there is a need for something. For discussion, I wouldn't leave the thing. Think just having, just in case something comes up, there's. So I think that covers all of the committees at this point. So that leaves a couple of openings. Mr. Howard, you would have, ideally you would like 2 people in each of the committees. So for the real estate development committee, we have an opening, the quality of life. I guess what the committee president.
I think Ms. Winning is going to be the liaison.
Yeah, she's gonna be the lead.
Okay. I think that's.
Yeah.
Great. All right. Moving on to item number 5 on the agenda, the CEO executive director report.
Yeah, so obviously you all receive summaries every month. I just thought I'd take the opportunity to sort of highlight some of the accomplishments of the organization just briefly at a glance. For the,
That's 21.
yes, we,
Doesn't hear him.
okay. Okay. So we, actually, it's a good segue because that is something I need to address with you all regarding compliance. But we were working feverishly on trying to meet all the compliance requirements for our organization. We had fell grossly behind with respect to some of the requirements for recertifications that had an impact on our ability to get all of our subsidy. So staff, we obviously enlisted the help of a consultant to help us do that work. We're still in the throes of that, but significant progress has been made. And I'm going to speak to you all later on about something related to that. But we've taken additional steps to have more of an on-site presence as relates to the properties. As you know, the model has never been on-site property management. It's been essentially remote, and we've made strides to allow for more on-site presence. We've done more preventive maintenance, and that's led to less significant maintenance requests. So, you know, we've been in the throes of MTW, very excited about what the possibilities exist for both internally and for our program participants in terms of ease of meeting program requirements and those kinds of things. So we've been working with partners to help improve some of the clarity with respect to some of our partnerships, and we've made great headway. This past year, we did open up our waiting list. We purged the waiting list and opened up the waiting list. So we have an active list of folks that are interested in securing housing, and we feel very good about that list, and we're working toward obviously utilizing this to the full extent. We are working with our HUD office to figure out ways of improving our utilization for our continuum of care grants. We got some varied feedback yesterday with respect to our goal to have some in-house capacity related to case management, but we will keep you all informed about that. But the goal is to help maximize the utilization of that. We utilize interim care for our MHMR services, and they've obviously just at capacity, and we do have the ability with our grant to be able to assist with that by hiring someone in-house. And I'll let Christina explain a little bit more about what that looks like.
Yeah, sure. You want me to?
Do it, yeah.
So our goal, and it's been for the last year, so we had a lot of planning along the way. We met with field office reps, and we met with different entities in Austin to figure out if they would be a better match provider. And what that means is that they would be providing in-kind services to our clients. And we couldn't find anybody to really match what Integral Care does for us because they're the bigger provider in Austin. So we're going to maintain Integral Care, but what we're going to do is we're going to hire a licensed social worker that's going to then do home visits with our clients weekly. What we did last year also is we had sent out a questionnaire to our clients to find out what are your needs, because we hear them, but are they being met by Integral Care or not? And we identified some needs that are not being identified by Integral Care. Some of the basic stuff, we are able to get transportation passes and things like that with our support services as we go into this new. We can do that. We can do food. We can access the food pantry. We can give weekly food if we need to clients. And of course, these are clients that were homeless prior. So a lot of them that are new to the program were homeless prior and are barely trying to identify how to sustain their life and figure out how to live in this new way. So we're excited about having to have somebody physically go out there weekly and really help support them. The goal is to get them off of PSH, which is permanent supportive housing, which is with the support services, and to put them into our just regular voucher program once they no longer need those support services and they stabilize themselves. And that way we can open up some more vouchers to house more homeless because we're going to put them into stable housing choice vouchers. So that's our goal.
If I may.
Yeah.
Stamp on trust, and court with partnering with a couple of churches. I've been Church of Christ on 183 and Mount Zion in Austin, and they giving away food every day from like 11 to 1 or something of that nature. And so if you want to
Yeah.
contact that.
That's great. Yeah, once that new social worker comes in, that's going to be the first thing that we're going to have them do, he or she, is develop this really good support system in the community. That's great. Thank you.
But they plan on a day-to-day basis, and when it runs out, it's out.
That's great. Thank you.
So,
I've identified them.
Those two, I know that are doing that right now,
Awesome.
and there may be some others.
Sounds good. Yeah.
So
We'll
can
be
we
sending
claim
ready
that-
then.
that-
Well,
So there's 74 clients that we serve in the continuum of care. So weekly, I don't know what that would look like just yet.
Yeah. that was the question.
Yeah, so we-
That-
We have to identify the clients that specify the needs that they have first. So we do have
yeah,
that list. So we're going to target those first, and then we'll go from there and maybe do a monthly visit or something with
Yeah.
the other ones that not necessarily needing some services, but we can definitely tap into them and see, hey, what are you needing that maybe you didn't identify, don't know that you need. So
Is this are we morphing from the case manager position to the LCSW? It's on the regular, I know there was a case manager, or is this the same, one and the same?
So the housing manager that you're speaking of that currently does the case management for housing,
Yeah.
she's still going to continue to do that, but there's a lot that involves with COC, if you guys are not aware of. There's at least 5 meetings a month that are mandatory that they have to attend. There's also a separate software system that we have to put, which is called the Homeless Management Identification System. So there's a lot that has to do with just housing case management. She's still going to be in charge of housing, but the social worker is going to be just support services. Right now, that's what we're thinking. That's what it's going to look like. That might evolve into something bigger and better, but we don't know yet. Right now, it's just going to be support services for the social worker, and then case manager will do housing.
Thank you.
okay. Well, so we've had a significant number of internal training opportunities via some of our outside partners, and obviously we have Steve's internal expertise to help us with some of the professional development. So we will continue on that path this year. We have made revisions to the personnel policy. Many of those will be coming before you soon for consideration and adoption. And as it relates to just right-sizing the organization with the right complement of staff, that's an ongoing effort, and we've been feel pretty good about those things. The performance management system for the staff did get revised, simplified, I should say, and we think that the tool that we have now will sufficiently meet our needs. So a lot went on last year as relates to those things. Next slide. Okay, so the foundation, and we're excited about what has happened, but more excited about what we hope will happen in the future. A lot of work was done, I would say, internally in terms of developing a framework for the organization. So most of the outcomes, I would say, were probably more like internal and structural in terms of organizational. But I think in the coming year, we'll see, hopefully, we'll have a lot of anecdotes to share about people's lives have been impacted through some of the programs and opportunities that we leverage for our HATC residents and program participants. But we did create learning centers at the sites. again, I think we're just at the formative stages of what possibly could be. HACA has a number of programs, and we hope to be able to provide similar kinds of services to help clients and tenants. We did the scholarship as we did last year, and I think that I would say that in general, we've strengthened the partnerships that we've already had and have and continue to embark on new ones. So we look forward to the work of looks like Ms. Winning participating this year. We had Mr. Faber to really lead the charge last year, so we're going to continue to build on the good work from last year. Next slide. With respect to real estate development, we have the TCFC meeting coming up here in a few minutes, but we have made a significant progress with respect to the number of projects we have been able to move forward with. And as you all know, we will soon be looking at breaking ground with respect to Maynardtown Phase 2, or whatever we call it. I think we should call it M2 or something like that. But we probably want to be talking about some sort of groundbreaking here soon, because we think that we'll have all the financing aligned and be able to move forward with that construction effort soon. And I think that's the last. So does anybody have any questions? Okay, that concludes the summary of highlights.
Moving on to item 6.
So I'm trying to, that's what it is. I would like the board to go to executive session for a brief minute. I do need to update you on a matter related to the accomplishments, I'm going to say. So based on item, no, I'm sorry, the item we just covered.
You're in advance.
Yeah, I just don't know what number it was on the agenda. Correct, and item 5 on 5A. I just need to make you all aware of something. Everyone with except Stupid and Steve can say. So if you can leave.
Vice Chair Carol Brown, Commissioner Jimmy Tabor, Commissioner Wilma Roberts, Commissioner Jan Wynn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Chair Cheryl Brown.
Okay,
Yeah.
Vice Chair. That was item number 7, item number 8. Is there anything else open for discussion before we, is there a motion to adjourn? Motion to adjourn. All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. He is now adjourned.